stand before the threshold of Outland, a land shattered by war, broken by ambition, and drowned in the fire of the burning Legion. Beyond this portal lies a world where the weak do not survive, and the strong are tested beyond measure. You seek glory, riches, to carve your name into history? Foolish! Outland does not offer rewards. It demands sacrifice. Its skies burn with fell fire. Its lands are soaked in the blood of those who dared challenge forces beyond mortal comprehension. You will face horrors that have walked this land long before your kind set foot here. Demons who do not tire. War machines that never sleep. Orcs whose veins still burn with the curse of Manaroth. And yet, you march forward, unaware of what awaits you.
Through the swirling void of the dark portal, the heat strikes first. The air is thick with the scent of burning embers and something fouler, fell energy, still seething in the cracks of this shattered land. The sky is no longer blue, but a bleeding crimson, streaked with the scars of a world torn apart. And beneath that sky lies Hellfire Peninsula. The ground is dry, broken, and lifeless, its once fertile soil reduced to charred dust and jagged cliffs. The wind howls through the canyons, carrying whispers of battles long lost. Bones lie half buried in the sand. Remnants of wars fought before the Alliance and the Horde ever set foot here. Yet the first sight upon emerging from the portal is not the land itself, but the watching sentinels. They stand silent and unmoving, two hooded figures of stone, their colossal blades resting upon the earth. There was a time when this portal was not yet complete, when the first warlocks of Draenor, guided by forces beyond mortal understanding, raised this gateway from the bones of their dying world. It was here that the Horde's conquest began, where Draenor's fate was sealed. And beyond the portal, where the battle never ceased, lies Honorhold, a bastion of the Alliance. Though it is no longer the stronghold it once was. Its banners still flutter in the wind, but its walls are weathered, scarred by years of siege. The guards of Honorhold are not fresh recruits. They are veterans of a war long past, soldiers stranded in a land that has forgotten them. Their armor is worn, their faces lined with age, yet their blades remain sharp. They do not fight for glory or conquest. They fight because it is all they have left. To the west, at the edge of the broken cliffs, another fortress rises, but it is not made of stone. It is built from iron and bone. Thrallmar, the Horde's first foothold in Outland, a war camp in all but name, its spiked walls and brutal towers carved from the wreckage of past wars. Here, orcs walk among the ruins of their ancestors' world. Some seek redemption, others seek conquest. But all who fight beneath its banners understand that this land is theirs by blood, and blood will be shed to reclaim it. But Outland is not a world of cities and kingdoms. It is a land of ruin and power, where those who control the strongest relics command the battlefield. Beyond the walls of Thrallmar and Honorhold, the war does not end. It only shifts. Here, in the heart of a broken world, the Horde and Alliance continue their struggle, not out of arrogance, but out of necessity. They do not fight because they believe Outland can be conquered. They fight because they must. Every stronghold, every supply route, every foothold carved from this shattered land means survival. The stadium, the overlook, and Broken Hill, these are not just battlegrounds, they are lifelines. To lower their weapons, to surrender control, is to invite ruin. There, warriors clash for control of a land that refuses to be tamed, claiming victory in the morning, only to lose it by nightfall. To the north, the skies burn brighter, an ominous glow emanating from the throne of Kil'jaeden. It was here that the Legion's influence first touched this world, where Gul'dan and his warlocks received their dark gift. It was the blood of the demon Manaroth, seething in great cauldrons, its fell essence binding those who drank it to the Legion's will, twisting their bodies and souls into instruments of war. Now, it remains a site of ritual and corruption, where the last remnants of the Legion's vanguard still linger. At its peak, Doom Lord Kazak looms.
All mortals will perish.
His wings unfurled like a banner of war, his molten gaze sweeping over the desolation. His presence alone is a beacon, a reminder that the Legion's will lingers still. Nearby, a fell reaver looms in eerie silence, its towering frame wreathed in seething green mist. Its metal carapace, scarred by countless battles, hums faintly as if waiting for the next command. Fell cannons, twisted engines of destruction, rest upon the jagged cliffs, their barrels blackened with centuries of war. Though dormant, the energy within them crackles, as if eager to ignite once more. The throne is no mere ruin. It is a scar upon the land, a testament to the Legion's wrath. The fire may have dimmed, but its embers still smolder, waiting for the next war. To the south, across the shattered remains of Draenor's once great plains, another force stirs, not demonic nor mortal, but something worse. Deep within the warp fields, the very fabric of existence has begun to unravel. Here, void energy still lingers, a remnant of Ner'zhul's reckless sorcery. Reality twists upon itself, the air humming with whispers of something ancient, something unseen. A void-infused entity looms in the foreground, its form shifting between reality and shadow. Its body is a mass of writhing darkness, pierced by violet cracks that pulse like a dying star. Those who step too close do not return. Amidst the endless red wasteland, atop a lonely plateau untouched by the scars of war, stands a sanctuary. A place where the wind carries not the howls of battle, but the whispers of prayers. This is the Temple of Tiamat, the last refuge of those who still cling to the light in this forsaken land. Here, the last remaining Draenei of Hellfire Peninsula gather, tending to the wounded, seeking guidance from the Naaru, and preserving what little remains of their once glorious civilization. Crystal lanterns glow faintly in the dim halls, their soft hum barely audible over the distant echoes of war. Yet even here, survival is not promised. The Legion's shadows still loom over these lands, and the Draenei know all too well. Even light can be devoured by the abyss. To the west, high above the scorched plains, a crimson tower rises, a remnant of a kingdom that still clings to its hunger for power. This is Falcon Watch, where the Blood Elves have carved out their domain in the ruins of Outland. Unlike the Draenei, these exiles do not seek to heal the land. They seek to harness it. Within the heart of the settlement, arcane forges burn bright, glowing sigils pulse upon the walls, and magisters weave enchantments that twist the very essence of the world around them. A lone magister stands before an immense floating crystal. Their hands move with careful precision, tracing runes into the air, channeling raw magic into the structure before them. Arcane power swirls, tendrils of red and gold energy weaving into the crystal's core, strengthening it, warping it into something new. Elsewhere, within a tower chamber overlooking the wasteland, a single red orb hovers in the air, its surface shifting, pulsing with something unnatural. It is not just an artifact, it is a key, a conduit to power yet untapped. The elves of Falcon Watch will stop at nothing to unravel the secrets buried in Outland's ruins. The Cinderai did not come here to claim what was lost. They came to take what remains. To the north, nestled between crumbling cliffs and twisted spires of fell-tainted rock, lies a place where the land itself has begun to rot. The Pools of Agonar. Here, a mighty pit lord fell in battle, his monstrous form collapsing upon the scorched ground, bleeding corruption into the earth itself. Even in death, Agonar's body has not faded. It festers, it breathes, and from his wounds the land seeps with thick, bubbling green filth, a sickness that spreads outward, twisting the creatures who stray too close. At the heart of the pools, another stands, a hulking demon, towering over the desolation, his glowing green eyes scanning the wasteland. He is not bound to this place, he rules it. From his throne of decay, he does not stir, he waits, knowing that all who tread too close will fall to the sickness that festers in his domain. Those who venture into the pools of Agonar will find only ruin, corruption, and death. The Legion's grasp here has not loosened, it has only sunk deeper into the land itself. To the east, where the land slopes downward into jagged canyons, lies Zethgor, the last true stronghold of the Fell Horde. Unlike Thrallmar, these orcs have not forsaken their past. Beyond the barricades, deep in the heart of their encampment, a lone warlock kneels before a cauldron, his head bowed in reverence. He does not pray to the light. He does not seek redemption. He whispers the forbidden names of demons long banished, waiting for an answer from the void. In the shadowed caverns of Zethgor, a red-skinned shaman stands, his scarred chest bare beneath jagged bone-adorned armor. Spiked totems rise from his shoulders, and his glowing green eyes burn with dark power. Around him, tattered banners sway in the heat of smoldering fire pits, the heart of the Bleeding Hollow's corruption. In Zethgor, the old gods of war are not forgotten, and even if the Legion has abandoned them, they will not abandon the Legion. And at the center of it all stands a road stretching from the dark portal to the fortress that looms over this cursed land. A road forged not from stone or steel, but from the bones of the fallen. This is the path of glory. Once, this land was green, and the Draenei walked these fields under the light of the Naru. But war came, and the orcs, driven by bloodlust and fell corruption, butchered them without mercy. Their bodies were not buried. Their remains were not honored. Instead, their bones were ground into the earth, trampled beneath the march of war machines, forming the pale, broken road that winds through this scorched wasteland. Even now, beneath the layers of dust and ash, fragments of cracked skulls and shattered ribs lie hidden, a silent testament to a genocide long past, yet never forgotten. And at the end of this path, rising like a jagged blade from the earth, stands Hellfire Citadel, a fortress of iron and stone. Its towers pierce the sky like the broken tusks of a dying beast. Thick black chains hang from its battlements, the scent of ash and burning flesh thick in the air. Spiked ramparts and twisted, rusted gates stand as barriers to all but the strongest. From within, the sounds of war never cease. The ringing of hammer on steel, the guttural roars of fell-infused orcs, the clash of iron as warriors train for a battle that never ends. This is no mere fortress. This is a monument to brutality, to conquest, to war without end. It's a fortress built from war and for war. Once, it was the stronghold of the fell orcs, where Magtheridon ruled as the Legion's chosen warlord. Though Illidan claimed victory, the battle was not finished. The Citadel still teems with those who refuse to bow, those who still believe in the old ways of blood and conquest. Its gates are never closed, its forges never silent. The war machines within are built not for defense, but for expansion. The fell horde will not rest until their enemies are crushed beneath their boots, their banners raised over the corpses of the weak. For those who set foot here, there are only two paths: victory or death. And here, at the edge of this war-ravaged land, the past has not been buried. It has been reforged. This is Outland's first battlefield. This is the first test of every warrior, every hero, every soul who dares step beyond the portal. Some will survive. Many will not. But in the end, it does not matter. Because here, war does not end. Here, Hellfire never dies.
You have seen what lies beyond the dark portal. You have walked upon the bones of the fallen, gazed upon the scars of a world shattered by ambition and greed. And yet, you press forward. Outland is not your home. It does not belong to the Horde, nor to the Alliance. It is a world of ruin, a world of war. The burning Legion still lingers, its shadows creeping at the edges of existence, waiting for those foolish enough to believe they have won. Outland is mine. This world, broken and scarred, was claimed by my hand. The Legion still hungers, but they will not take it from me. You are intruders. Ants crawling through a battlefield of titans, oblivious to the war that rages around you. The fools of Azeroth sent you here to conquer, to cleanse, to claim a victory that does not exist. But this world is not a prize to be won. It is a crucible, a test, one that has shattered greater beings than you. You see war camps and broken citadels, and you think you have glimpsed the worst of what Outland has to offer. You have seen nothing. The horrors that lurk beyond the smoke and ruins will not falter, will not tire, will not break. You think you are different, that you are strong enough to bend this land to your will. Then prove it. But do not mistake my words for mercy. Outland does not suffer the weak, and neither do I.
You are not prepared!
Thank you all for watching and joining me on this journey through the ruins of Outland. Every battlefield, every stronghold, every whisper of the past we uncover together makes these stories feel alive once more. Until next time, stay strong, stay adventurous, and remember, Outland is a world shaped by conflict, but within its chaos, there are those who still fight, who still believe in something greater. It is not the battles you fight that define you. It's the strength to keep moving forward, even when the odds seem impossible. A heartfelt thank you to all current members and the generous supporters from the latest journey through Tirisfal Glade's lore and the Hellfire Peninsula intro cinematic. Your support makes all of this possible, whether through a like, a comment, or simply taking the time to experience the world we're building here. It truly means everything. If you enjoy this kind of storytelling, consider joining me on Patreon, where I'll be sharing behind-the-scenes insights, early previews, and exclusive updates on what's coming next. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Outland still has many secrets left to reveal, and its ruler has yet to make his final move. May the echoes of Outland's trials steel your spirit. Walk with purpose, tread with caution, and let the stories of those who came before guide your path. May we meet again in the next chapter. Farewell.